It helps if I hit unmute. Hello, everyone. How are you? How's life going for everybody? Welcome back. It's Saturday. It's a Mekton Saturday. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. We're going to go around and introduce everybody. Thank you for being here. It's been a couple weeks, but there were reasons, and then people got sick, so we're glad that people are feeling better. And now we get to have fun. And you see, there's a special guest. We're going to hold my special guest for last, however, because they're special, so they should get special introduction. Um, so we're going to start to my left on the overlay with Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm very excited for this. So this whole two-parter thing. Just see what the hell just happened. This will be great. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Bad things are gonna happen. I'm not. I'm not gonna hold that hope.
Look, it really depends on how you define bad. That's a value judgment, not a concrete term, right? It's a construct. When you need criticism, you avoid value judgments because that's undefinable. That's defined by whoever is in charge, and that's supposed to be me. But
Cataclysmic things.
cataclysmic. That that's more concrete. We're good with that one.
One of us will die. That's a concrete.
Well, I mean, with Rowan's or Rex's track record, I can only imagine that and maybe death. Well, no, who knows? We've both died the most out of everyone in this campaign, so I think there's a high likelihood.
Came closest to dying. Came closest to dying. This is true. But we're gonna jump over me and hit PB. Hi, PB. How are you feeling? How you doing?
Hi. I am excited to see all the drama that's about to be stirred up. I have been excited to meet Death's brothers for a while now, so I'm happy we're doing it in such a luxurious location. Because if nothing else, at least Calix can sip on some champagne while she watches all the drama unfold.
I mean, that is true. You did get to meet everybody. You will get to meet everybody, and they brought you a very nice complimentary magnum of Vive Clicquot when you checked in. And you were drinking on some champagne. There'll be plenty of champagne.
Exactly. If I'm gonna go out, at least it's with some high-end champagne.
Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna drop down to Eddie. Hi, Eddie. How you doing? How you feeling? Feeling any better?
Yeah. It's been a road to recovery, but I'm feeling better, and it's exciting to be here. I'm playing Mekton again. I was like, what did we do again? It's been so long, but yeah, very excited to be in Space Monaco. Trying not to, get caught by very suspicious androids and those kinds of things. So, nervous, but good.
Hey everybody. Good news. I am in recovery. We'll get to the other news. No, I made certain that pretty much any single object, pill, fluid that could make me well for today, I took. So I am here. I would not miss this for the world. And I knew I was in trouble as soon as Prax suggested there was going to be a special guest. I did not know the magnitude of said trouble until just moments before going live. I need all the espresso shots. All of them, because I cannot think fast enough for what is about to happen. Buckle in, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
was like debugging trouble technical difficulties.
Hi. Hello. Yeah, thanks for having me. I was really excited when you reached out to me and you asked. I didn't know very much about the story at that point, but you were asked if I wanted to play somebody's brother. And I said, absolutely. And here we are. And now I do know what it is. And I've had time to think about it, consider my character and what they want and what they might do or might not do. And I'm really excited to get to play with everybody. I haven't gotten to play with PB before. I haven't played with UD in a little while. It's been a minute. And Pope, same. It's been a minute since we've gotten to play a game. And Lynn, I don't think we've never like interacted directly in a game. Oh no, there was a one shot, right? Didn't we do a one shot?
You did.
It was one of the sieges for the Crownlands, I think.
I tried to kill
that's you. I tried to kill your character.
That's right, and it probably deserved. I probably deserved that.
No,
I'm sure.
That was the one I didn't want to kill.
But yeah. So I'm just excited. I've been looking forward to this for a couple of weeks now, so I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I was muted, yo. I was professional and muted. It's just me. But now we're back on the. Thank you again for being here. We're back. The last we left off, our wonderful crew from the Starblade Battalion had made their way to Hammersmith in the Forge system. A planet of excess, decadence, gambling, in retreat for the uber wealthy of the corp space, basically. Monaco, but with an entire planet instead of just a small city-state. There is, of course, high stakes Formula One speed car racing that occurs occasionally, but you guys are at the Sphere de Pont. The Pontosphere. A beautiful hotel, large. You have 2 separate rooms. The Lightning, Rex, and Leo are in a suite on one of the upper levels. Not one of the, not the presidential suite or the, maybe more like the marquee. Not even a count. Oh, excuse me, not a count, because that would be the reverse. Lower level suite. Very nice. You've dolled yourself up to the nines in an attempt to disguise yourself by being overly done up so that you match the background, right? Everyone here is famous and beautiful, and now you match and don't really stand out. You've recognized that at least one of the security guards on the floor is one of those extremely high-level androids that you saw one of on Charybdis. You know, because Adam, Death, has told you that his brother, Corin, is on this planet. And that's why Death isn't with you. He has his own room, an attempt to separate out any possible drama that might occur. But you had received, when you checked in, a very nice bottle Magnum of Veuve Clicquot. You were enjoying a very nice toast of champagne glasses as we last left off. And an invitation was given to join the for drinks and baccarat on a private table downstairs. In the separate room, another letter was also delivered to, well, Death, from his brother, inviting him to baccarat and drinks. And I believe that's where we left off. So, why don't I ask first? Why don't I ask... Lightning, what are you planning? What are your thoughts at the moment?
Just mostly to play it by ear with the other season spy, because Lightning has really very little experience with spycraft or any of what we're doing currently. She is more at home in her mech. She is not in her mech.
No, you're not in your mech, but your drop pilot and your ghost ship is still technically on the landing pad, and your mechs are theoretically, well, if you have remote access and remote controls, available to you.
Mhm.
And I think, wait, I know that Rex has remote start and Pope and Death has remote start. I don't think PB or Lightning have remote start. So your mechs are available, but you'd have to get to the landing pad to go get them. If you needed them for any reason. I don't know why you would need them.
It's a safety blanket.
Yeah.
That's why.
Not a concerning amount of these, like, androids around. Nope, not.
No, there are no concerning amount. I mean, are you concerned about 2? You're in a massive hotel. There are 2 androids that you've seen.
Still.
Lots of people, though. Some very nice high paparazzi. Then I guess the question is, Rex, what are you doing?
Yes. So I think Rex is trying to get more information about the hotel. And our goal here is to information gather. Is that correct? So I think Rex would be doing some spycraft of like mingling among a crowd and just gathering rumors.
Yeah, I think your plan at the end of last session was to go down to the casino floor and just walk the floor for a little bit.
Yeah, I know we got that, and I originally got the android clocking of like that really weird android.
Yeah, the security one, yep.
From my security expert for sure. So yeah, I think Rex would be essentially putting together an escape plan or several contingencies while doing some spycraft and gathering information about the movements of people going around here and potentially the what people have heard about like in the galactic sphere of conversation.
Okay, so we'll come back to that in a moment. Leo, what are you doing?
Leo is there's a lot of things Leo is, but there's 2 things she really is. She is very hot and she's very smart. And she's not good with people. I guess I should add that third one in there. So what she's going to do is she is going to not so much accompany Rex down to the floor, but we'll go down also, and her plan is to just go around and just scope out, especially now knowing that there's these androids around. She's gonna walk around and try to scope out any sort of like abnormal thing that I've never seen in a casino before, whether that be on the tables, the walls, etc., and in just hopes of trying to get some sort of understanding of why there are so many androids here, of all places, well established, it almost feels like.
Okay. 2. Sure. I love how you're like, there are so many. You have 2.
Well, it's still they're like high quality, like
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
almost military grade. So there was already that note.
We've also been here for like 10 minutes and we've
Yeah.
already seen 2.
Two.
So
Yeah.
with that, there's potential of more because 10 minutes
Yeah.
is a short period of time. But I'm with Leo on that. Like I think us working together, like me
Okay.
using my spycraft and navigating that arena with her charisma and natural, just like drawing the particular type of attention.
So the
So we
3
were in a movie together, so that makes sense. It's like we're kind of entouraging.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you 2 presenting yourselves as a couple on the floor, or are you just moving separately through the floor?
I don't know about a couple, but maybe a pair. What do you think
Yeah.
about that, Leo?
Yeah, I like that. Just like as a hot couple that is very available separately.
mhm.
Like
We're like both giving like particular people the eye of like, ooh, we like him, or ooh, we like her, that sort of thing.
yeah.
I'm here for this, thank you. In that case, I need for you guys to make me a roll. Just for, the general... So, for your first roll to move through, I would take either... Oh, this is going to be shadowing. I will take either disguise or shadowing.
Guys. Oh, they're shadowing.
Where's that under?
Intelligence. Shadowing is shadowing
Mine-
/ avoid pursuits.
Got it. I have 12 for that. Okay.
Yep, you both get to roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot something. I should say something
Oh.
before you
Oh.
roll.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Just so
yeah.
you know. Because we have a wonderful special guest here, I made some slight tweaks to the amount of luck that the kindness of chat can give you.
Oh.
You can get up to 15 luck points today.
Well, that's
because,
not... that's...
And that each individual member of chat can give you up to 3. I'm just saying.
Chat, please help. Okay. That said, I start with 8. Do we have any in the luck pool currently? from
Nope.
Chat?
I'm just letting you know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw 2 in there. I'm just gonna throw a healthy 2 into my roll.
Yeah,
my own.
I'm gonna go ahead and toss myself with some 3.
Okay, so an 18 and a 20. Good. That's basically your, anyone would have to roll against that one for you.
Yeah.
The casino is alight with people. Sounds, you hear the slot machines a little bit further away. Most right now, right off the elevators are a lot of the table games, and kind of spread around and like the kind of fan out or around a semicircular large kind of central location, and there's a little well that kind of looks in. You realize that's the cash cage. There are a number of table games that are moving around there. There's baccarat and craps and various types of poker. There are a large number of roulette games going on. Wonderful things of the 22nd century. Roulette wheels no longer have to be constrained by physics on a table, so they're mostly floating in midair above the actual place where people, the spread of where people drop their chips. You can hear a number of the what is it? It's the Chinese card game.
Mahjong? No.
Not mahjong. That's the
the
domino.
tiles.
This
Tiles.
is tiles.
Yeah.
There's
Tiles.
I'm blanking out the
Gosh.
name of it. It's a Chinese poker card kind of game, and it's
Oh, I know what you're talking about. but I am also blanking on the name.
I mean, I don't remember what it is. And I'd probably mess it up if I saw it because I need to actually remember how to say it. But
Usang Paiju.
Probably Paiju. And, a number of private tables you can kind of see behind some very artfully arranged so that they're not. There are a couple obviously private rooms with doors that are closed and a couple security guards, with obvious headsets. And those are intentional, right? If in the age of cyberware, if you see somebody with a headphone coming off of their ears, you know that those are intentional. They want you to know that these are the security standing here. You see a number of people, waitresses, and specifically waitresses. You don't see any wait staff who present as male. All of them are female presenting, pencil skirts, white blouses, black vests, very simple kind of, but none of them uniform looking, trays that they're all kind of floating around, working the tables very politely. But as this is Space Monaco, Monte Carlo, not Vegas, you don't see any children. You don't see families. This is the wealthy set to see and be seen. And you see other couple smaller tables that are kind of off into corners, which are, which have these hanging ropes kind of floating in front of them. Not fully private, but probably you're betting intentional to be seen, right? That level of, I want to show off how much money I'm dropping on this particular bet, but at the same time, I don't want to actually engage with people I don't know, and I don't know you. It's brilliance of lights and sounds and colors. Hey, Death, what you doing?
So, it's time to prepare for meeting my brother, which means opening up the case, getting the proper outfit on. It is the ivory high-colored sweater, turtleneck, the long black coat, the sword, a stun gun, and a pistol. I think we're going to go with the high top jazz shoes because I need to be able to move. Black slacks. Yeah, I think that's the proper attire. And the heavy belt. So, yeah. Doing that and then getting ready to go and meet the family.
So just for my personal enjoyment, could you roll wardrobe and style, please?
But of course.
Thank you, dear.
$16.
Very nice, thank you. If necessary, you have a +1 on your next, persuasion fast talk roll. But it's also very good for me to know. Thank you. You know from the letter that was sent to your room that your brother has a private baccarat table on the main floor. Also, wait, I should make things a little easier for everyone. Oh, I'm so sorry. How gauche of me, I forgot. You don't have the casino map.
Oh, dear.
Gorgeous.
Yes, well, thank you, certain...
Oh.
Yeah, if you...
I see certain things that are...
Look, I can do a lot of things. I freely acknowledge that a certain hotel that exists. You are pretty sure that the table that your brother said to meet you at was over here.
Of course.
Hmm.
Has to be someplace near the concierge. Of course it does.
Well, it's also on the main casino floor.
Yes, it's just private, but just public enough that should things go down, it's going to be on his terms. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Such is life. Could the three of you walking the floor roll me an awareness notice, please?
Okay.
Sure. Glad I've been investing in that.
Mm-hmm.
$19.
Ooh, nice little
18.
spread there. 17, 18, 19. Pope, could you describe what the other three see as you walk up to the table that your brother's at? I'll describe what your brother is doing in a moment and let him describe himself.
You have never seen this man stand this straight before. Walking with purpose. Giving off an air of, by all means, please get in my way, I will end you. And just eyes locked on where he is going. And you've never seen this long coat before.
And where he is going is a private table set off from the main casino floor, just a little bit behind. There is a gentleman seated at one side of the baccarat table. The dealer is pleasant in chatting with this individual. There is another taller, dusky blonde gentleman seated next to this other person that none of you have seen before. This dusky blonde is, kind of leaning back in his chair, draping an arm kind of around it, picks up the cut crystal Waterford and, raises it and makes eye contact with one of the waitresses. The glass is empty. It needs to be refilled. Corin, what does your brother see as he walks up?
So Corin is currently wearing beaten, not dirty, just not new, black jeans. He's got a tight black tank top on, and over top of that, a long black leather coat, not entirely dissimilar from his brother's. He has sort of out of place in this nice casino. He's not dressed to the nines like a lot of people here. Black, looks sort of like a cowboy hat almost, with a red band around the top rim. And he's chewing on something. He's got a little bit of a smile on his face as he casually plays. One foot is kicked up on the table, and he leans forward over his leg whenever he plays or has a word. And then he kicks back and he stretches his hands behind his head afterwards so that he can just casually look around in between hands and between moments, just to keep an eye out, just to see, who's around. But he looks entirely at ease. He does have noticeably a scar, one that runs down one of his eyes from above his brow to about his cheekbone underneath. It's an old, nasty looking scar. He's not attractive, not unattractive. If he weren't dressed differently than a lot of the wealthy people here, he probably wouldn't really stick out at all. And occasionally, as he looks around, if somebody looked a little closely to him, into his eyes, his dark eyes, one of those eyes every once in a while just kind of flashes red.
Wow, apparently I'm muted because I'm fancy like that. I am so professional. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. So you see the dusky blonde gentleman seated back next to Corin. He's definitely pulling a French Riviera gentleman at leisure. He also has a very nice tailored long coat, much more Burberry, less leather and aggressiveness, draped on one of the chairs next to him. There's no one else at the table. The three of you have only seen the one android downstairs, and he is that same security android that you've clocked. He seems to be standing next to the front entrance, close, not blocking the entrance, but close enough that he's definitely doing something, and he seems to be reading the crowd. Rex, if you wished, you could roll me one of your expertise.
All right. So with the previous time, just a quick reminder, because it'll kind of change what I do here. We did get a clock of kind of the security layout of this area.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not going to go with security systems this time. Instead, I'm going to do tactics using kind of the knowledge of the security system and what we have on this floor to identify, again, those contingencies of if shit hits the fan, what are we going to do? What are our paths? What are good positions to like coordinate people? And also folks to worry about potentially. Okay. Do we, by chance, have any luck from the
Nope.
from chat yet?
Chat isn't kind to you.
Dang it, chat. I'm gonna spend oh, look at that! I'll take that 22 with my natural 10.
That 22 is a very nice 22.
Yeah.
You can make a note that you know where the general exits and entrances are. You know how to get to a bunch of them. You also see a couple of like the employee entrances and exits, the ones that are disguised intentionally behind various curvatures and arranged so that no one needs to actually see the wait staff or the dealers enter and exit the casino floor. Because why would you need to be so gauche? You are not the only person that you really clock as at the moment as dangerous is that gentleman, the two gentlemen sitting in the Baccarat table that you see Death walking towards.
Got it.
And that one android. But with that 22, you're pretty sure that based on the way that android is standing, moving, scanning, the android is a private security for someone who's coming. You know, it's that classic first. What is the actual term in?
Kind of scouting ahead.
Yeah, no, the lead security for for a VIP, right? So
chief security or something like that. Yeah.
No, not the chief security, lead security. So this is an individual who's part of the security detail who's sent ahead of the rest of the security detail to basically be there in front as the rest of the detail will guard the VIP and the protectee as they enter. So this is the person who's
first on scene.
First on scene.
Yeah.
But
cool.
I guess the question is, Lightning, how are you doing? What are you doing?
I think she's just being another pair of eyes for the group. Just kind of milling around, just looking at the kind of looking at the table where Death is, and just like, I've never seen him this stressed before, or this tense. Is that which one? Which one is the brother?
That is a question. How tense are you, Death?
Now, let me just put it in this perspective. How tense are you when you see a family member that has been all since estranged, and you were the one that left on bad terms?
Oh, yeah, Vantage knows that feeling. That's not a.
That's also relatable.
Intense,
that's actually relatable content. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Vantage is like, you're not going anywhere near that table. That's like wandering into a room full of explosives with a match. So, you know what? I'll just keep an eye out over here. Sure, he knows what he's doing.
Oh, yes. I'm sure he does. What do you do when you walk into this room?
Walking in, again, still standing very straight, walking up, taking a look at the three, and staring a bleeding hole through the dealer that lets them know now is a good time to take your break. As I'm walking up to the table.
The dealer will see this, and as a full professional, merely turns and looks as the waitress brings another very beautiful cut crystal glass and sets it, or highball glass full of brown liquor, one ice cube, one of the very nice big ball ice cubes, sets it next to the sandy-haired gentleman, and sets another drink next to Corin, takes the empty glasses and walks away. The dealer makes eye contact with Corin and raises an eyebrow as if to say, I can call security and this won't be a problem.
Corin glances over his shoulder. One eye flashes red for a moment, and he smiles up at seeing his brother's approach. one foot still on the table. He leans forward over his leg and tips his hat to the dealer, takes his glass in his hand and just says, I know this fellow, and he's going to be playing at our table, but we do have to discuss a little bit of business first. So perhaps if it wouldn't be too much of an inconvenience to you and to you, my friend, he glances to the sandy blonde hair. Just give us a few minutes and then we can get back to our games and our leisure.
The dealer nods and will collect the cards, slide them into the disposal vault, and closes it. The assumption is that when they return, they will open a whole new deck and there won't be any problems. And then walks away. The sandy-haired gentleman raises an eyebrow at you, cocks his head, nods, and then walks away as well.
He takes a sip from his glass and he leans back in his chair and he doesn't even look back over his shoulder to his brother.
Hello, brother.
Why, hello. Are you going to take a seat or are you going to be rude?
I'll take a seat.
He waves for a passing server with a drink on their tray, points to an empty seat at the table.
The waitress comes in, moves, stands next to the empty seat and kind of looks at Adam, attentively waiting.
Sparkling water, bottle, please.
Nods, doesn't say anything, just walks out.
That's fine. That's fine. Watcher now. Is that what you're going by?
Was until people started meddling.
Well, what is it that I can call you now, brother?
I've picked up the old names. It seems somebody desperately wants me back in the game.
I told you once a long time ago, and I'm happy to say it again. There's only one way to leave, ever. You have to leave your head. And as I can tell, you still have yours.
Noted. But we're not the only ones playing. It's not just Cass. I've been out of the game long enough. There's somebody else. And they're playing all of us.
Well, who is this mystery person?
I don't know. But they very much want me back, and they very much want me fucking with both you and Cass.
Is that why you're here? You felt
Hard.
nostalgic. You wanted to warn me.
No. You know me better. I don't like someone thinking they're smarter than me.
I can understand. Neither do I.
Also, I wanted to confirm some things. So, this doctor you mentioned, is she actually able to help Silas and Caspian, or is that just wishful thinking?
Not sure yet, but I am hopeful. I've spent an awful lot of resources And every recommendation suggests that she can help.
I'll give you this. You were always better to them than I was. And for that, you have my love and respect.
Yes, because we're still brothers. You walked away. How's that been going for you?
It was pleasant. It was.
Falling in love is pleasant for 30 years, 40 years, until it's rot. There are many distractions that can be pleasant, all temporary, all fleeting. You should have known better.
I got too good at what we were doing. It became boring.
Would you like to play a game while you're here?
We're always playing a game, Corin.
Well, how about poker while we talk? I'm tired of Baccarat. I've been losing money all day.
Well, of course.
No need for a dealer. This is a friendly game between brothers. We can take turns.
Certainly.
He begins shuffling.
So, does he know what you're up to? Or is he just here to be a pleasant distraction?
You're talking about Connor.
Yes.
We're both here for leisure and a little bit of business on my end. I'm not up to anything.
You're always up to something.
As he starts dealing out the cards, he says, I'm curious to know what it is you think that I'm up to.
I'm fairly certain you know where Duncan is, especially if you have Connor on your arm.
Maybe I do.
Okay. Let's play a hand.
I'm going to let you deal. And ooh, there's a gambling stat in this game. I love that. Skill. There's a skill for gambling in this game, which we will use. But I need. Well, since the other three are paying attention, I'll just use those previous awareness rolls. Rex. It's. You see Death sit down, cards come out. Then you'll also notice that a small entourage starts to move in through the front door. And by small, I mean a 2-and-2 security setup. Very professional. The obvious security are all wearing full jacks, light armor jacks and helmets. No obvious. Well, that's not true. You can kind of make out lines of where a couple hidden guns are, but nothing that wouldn't be uncommon for a bodyguard. They're escorting this beautiful, tall, slightly older looking woman, a woman in between that undeterminate age of 40 and 60. Beautifully styled hair, brunette. She was wearing a long black jumpsuit with a very obvious diamond necklace kind of piece that's drops. A large silver belt. And she will end up in your handouts in a moment. I'm just going to leave her title there because you would have heard of her. And probably even seen her as Joanna Rem, the director of Organon, walks in and starts making small talk and waving at people. The lead agent, the android, kind of comes over and nods to the other security. Joanna starts making her way around the room. The security is very professional in keeping up with her.
Yeah, I think Rex would have been like casually positioning themselves or positioning themselves in a way to kind of first spot that movement, knowing where the android was stationed. And then we have like non-verbal comms. Is that correct? Or I can't remember now.
No, you guys all have verbal comms.
Yeah, okay.
You haven't invested in things like chirons. You know that they exist, but you haven't.
Yeah, yeah. So I think there's like more of a eye movement facing away from those in the security detail to Vantage and Leo. But what would be my first inclination, knowing who this person is at some level, as to what they're here for?
You can roll me human perception as you see her walk around the room.
Sure. Yeah, because right now, again, I'm trying to gauge who, like, involvement, persons of note. So Joanna Rem would be one of those, and kind of their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what is it? Human perception. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. 18.
With an 18 and kind of gauging her, this seems to be someplace she's been before. She seems to greet a number, and she definitely seems to be comfortable here. She's not only greeting a couple of the guests, but she's greeting like a couple of the servers by name. She's working around the room. You know that Joanna Rem is the director of Organon, but she's also on the board of directors for Corpse Space, right? She is one of the major players. This is like a member of, well, for lack of a better term, if you had because the Corpse Race is ruled by the board of directors, right?
Sure.
So this is like if a
high counselor or some
a president showed up, one of them.
Basically a galactic leader in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but she only has a security. But she only is running a security guard of 4.
So she's trying to be a little bit more incognito, maybe.
And probably this is, but the way she's greeting people, it's not that she's necessarily trying to hide. It's not like,
right.
So it's that level of, she didn't want people to know for her personal security reasons, but it's not like she's doing anything that if she gets caught in a tabloid would cause her problems, right? At most, this is, I wanted to go on a spa weekend at the casino.
So that's my first inclination.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a glance at the android to see now that this person of note has arrived, to see if they've shifted what they're doing.
Yes, I'm sorry. When the whole entourage had moved into the hotel.
Okay.
They had moved to speak with one of the other bodyguards and had moved in as started acting as like the obvious, moved into and slotted themselves well into the rest of the security detail.
Curiously, is there a role that I can make? Because if they spoke using their lips, is there a role I can make to read lips?
That would be a no
With my
language. That would be a language and awareness. So you would need to roll me. You'd have to roll me the awareness first and then the language, and that might depend on how well you do.
Okay. Well, I'll if I can do that now, then that's great. Otherwise, I'll defer that to another time
Okay.
if we want to move to something else.
All right.
But that's kind of what I'm thinking. So like Rex is essentially trying to, they've identified who this person of note is. They try to position themselves in a way to be in like an optimal information gathering space while acting casual.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can find out what that android was, sharing, interestingly enough, not over like some sort of inaudible form of communication.
Leo, what are you doing?
Just so I remember correctly, because I'm terrible at writing corporate Gaian in my notes. The circle is
They're Gaian.
Yeah.
they're Gaian. Okay, thanks. Leo is keeping an eye out over towards Death and his family member. Just like whenever they pass by, to make sure to throw a side eye, see what's happening over there, but not lingering long enough. Just enough to see, is he still alive? Okay, that's good enough. And I am spending most of my energy, aside from just like keeping an eye out for those droids. I'm also trying to keep an eye out for anyone who might resemble someone who has any energy towards me of wanting to kill me. Such as, the list of people at this point now that has suddenly popped up of wanting to kill me.
That's what happens when you roll enemies in Life Path.
True.
Oh, man.
Oh, only a couple of those, right? But that's what I am also keeping an eye out. And with all the commotion happening over in that Rex has directed my eye towards, I am making sure to not pay attention to that, but rather the rest of the movement around them, in case anybody wants to do any shifty shit during the commotion.
And Lightning, what are you doing?
Just keeping an eye on things, just looking between Rex and Death, just see what their read is.
What is the mood at this poker table?
Corin, it's very, very casual. He shuffles smoothly, plays the two cards. He's picked out some like casino, a bag of peanuts or something, some kind of space nut, for them to use as counters. And he's like split them in half, and he's just betting and he's playing. And every once in a while, as he's smiling and talking to his brother, one of those eyes flashes red.
You ever seen a cat that can't make up its mind whether it hates you or it wants to be pet? Yeah.
So the first deal happens. Could you both roll me gambling? And the one rule I have for PvP is you can't use luck on each other.
Okay, well, just straight up then.
Just, you know. Seems more fair that way.
Fair enough.
A 19. First hand goes to Corin.
He takes it, and he takes the couple of space nuts that were bet on the hand, and he says, hey, you know, I don't really go by the old name anymore either. It's a little off-putting to people.
I thought that was the point.
Once upon a time, brother, but things change. War changes. And not all change is for the better. Folks around here, when I come to visit, they call me TikTok. Silly little name, but I like it. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
Your fascination with 16th century clocks hasn't changed.
You're not fascinated by time?
We have so much of it.
I got lucky this hand.
Well, deal another. Let's see if that luck holds.
Very well. Tell me too. I just feel like there's so much that you want to get off your chest that you're not. Who knows how long it'll be until we see each other again.
I sent you and Cass both the same message. Both the two of you and whoever this third party is. I'm back.
Truly. For real, you're back.
Until this third party who stuck their nose in our business is made an example of, I'm back.
I don't want you to be back until we help you deal with your problem. The four of us, all four of us, together. That's the way it was always supposed to be. That's the way it should be. These friends that I assume are somewhere around here of yours, they're not your family. We are your family. We have great work to do.
We all have our vices, brother. Let me have mine.
Raises a glass of single malt space whiskey.
It's very nice. It's from probably Solgen Prime. Really nice. Not Scotch, but there's enough people here of refinement and taste.
It's hard to get the peat right on other planets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Particularly
he takes a sip.
ones that have actual dinosaurs still breathing on them, so there's that problem.
He takes a sip and he says, "It's true. We do all have our vices." He deals out the cards.
Hand 2. You can, if you choose, attempt to do something to facilitate cheating.
No.
No, he'll play it straight.
No need to cheat family.
19.
Oof. It's a beautiful, both of you deal out three of a kind, or no, it's it would have to make it actually equal. It would have to be. Wow, is it possible?
In poker,
Because then you get
not without a third player. It's really not.
it's not without a third player, because then you get in. Even if you have the same hand, the suits then become the issue. So in this case, what do we say? Well, you get close. The balance is there. There's a sound. One of the cards slips and falls off the deck, off the table. Because we play draw in this country and not freaking Hold'em. I have issues. It's fine. You reshuffle. No money. No nuts. Change hands. You can hear in the background the noise of someone important moving through Corin. You can hear, that shift in tone as a VIP, what happens. It doesn't matter who the VIP is. There's always that, oh my god, let me go see if I can shake their hand, from various attendants. Even among the super wealthy, it just shifts as to who that is.
He starts shuffling again, and he'll say, just kind of looking down to the deck, this time shuffling a lot slower. So now that you're back in the game, where does that leave you in terms of Starblade?
Our third party wants that in play. I want to use it to hurt them.
And how do you feel about the war to come? Maybe the war to end all wars.
There's no ending wars. We've seen enough to know that. As long as there are two of them living, breathing, walking, talking, there will always be something petty that they will war over.
Continues to shuffle. What about when there's none? Or just one?
It's just one, it's one of us. And that would be painfully boring.
I have to admit that I agree. You can poison a city, you can blow up a building, you can lay waste to an army. All of that pleases me, brother. You know that. But when the dance ends, what would I do then? Be bored? Pick up knitting? No, I'd quite like the dance to continue.
That means that they have to live and thrive, brother. It means that they have to live and thrive.
Just enough.
Cass keeps needling me. I thought she got that out of her system centuries ago.
Some people just can't get over vindication.
Is that what that is?
Have you given anyone a reason to want revenge against you?
I think we both know why Cass wants revenge against me.
He just smiles.
But she has invested a great deal of time and effort building her little circle. And she too is making her play. That's because she wants. She's not like us. Empire is something she desires. We don't like empires, brother. We like to use them for our own amusement. They're tools to us, but for her, it's a goal. At least for now.
People change, brother. What people want, it changes. Having the same goal your entire life, well, that is boring.
So, I know you have something planned to kick things off. Is it minor, or do you wish to make yet another show?
I can understand your suspicion, but no. I have Duncan, but no big plans. I'm here, you're here, we're chatting. It's productive, I'm enjoying it, I hope you are too. We're playing cards.
Does Connor know?
What he needs to.
There's my little brother. Now, you see, if you really want me back, I need to be filled in on the details.
He's safe. He's in cryo sleep. It's for his own protection. You know why.
No is a strong word. Suspicions? Many. No? Nah.
We have a mutual acquaintance, one that you are quite obsessed with. Who would rather him not be alive? I'm helping. I can do that.
He's a person. He's one of us, brother. We have both done some despicable things in our time. I mean, the entire escapade in Egypt I own fully. We don't need another Pharaoh situation. Learn from my mistakes.
I suppose we'll see. I'm all in.
You sure?
He slides his space nuts towards you across the table.
It's too early to be over. I fold.
He sits back. It's your deal.
It is.
Takes his space nuts back.
Can I have everyone roll awareness notice, please? Everybody.
Don's reaction.
22, 19.
I'm going to spend 2 luck on this.
Okay. 24, 23, 20. Very nice. So, Vantage, you're the one at this slight disadvantage. Sorry, it was right there. It had to be said. You've kind of just turned around and you hear some slight commotion. You see Joanna Rem making her way across the rest of the casino floor, heading towards what looks like a private elevator. There are a number of people greeting her as she's slowly making her way around the room. Everybody else will notice the same thing. There's a moment, an altercation. One of their security bumps into somebody. There's a slight verbal altercation. Joanna leans forward, says, no, it's okay, it's okay. Starts playing conciliatory. Starts moving again through the crowd, a little bit slower this time. The security is kind of a little bit tightened up. They were a little... This momentary, like, pause of... It's obvious that somebody, had maybe a little too much to drink, and now the security is a little on edge, thinking that this person who had too much to drink is going to come back and, like, get into the face of this planetary leader, this, systems leader, which would be bad for them and everybody involved. She's making her way. Now they're moving more slowly through the crowd, as you can see.
Yeah, I think there would be like was it an intentional bump or was it actually someone...
No. It definitely looked like somebody, like the individual was a little too intoxicated and probably was the person to actually bump into the security guard.
Got it.
But they're also slightly belligerent drunk, so no, you bumped into me kind of thing.
Yeah. And I guess I'm wondering if there's like something to gain from that, where it's like, are they just on high alert now, or like moderate alert?
They're
or is there more to that?
They're a little bit. It's not high alert. It's more. They're more alert, but they're alert in a very particular manner. They're alert to the fact that this particular drunk was being verbally aggressive, and now they're being like, let's make sure this particular drunk who we think we've pushed off doesn't come back. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to think of like if this is an opportunity for us, or is it something that something to clock as like a source of information potentially for the security team, where it's like, oh, they're here for a purpose, but they're just trying to hide it.
No, it doesn't look like it much. It doesn't look like they're here for like a purpose. It looks like they're the security team, and they're here for her, and she's here on some personal business. Okay. And it definitely seems that way as she's working, and it's more that they've kind of slowed down just because this kind of small moment of verbal altercation has given other people a moment to kind of be like, oh no, it's Joanna Rem. Can I like kind of get a little closer, and maybe like if I stand just right, she'll be, and I can take a selfie, right? Let me take.
So it's like unwanted attention that has been brought on Joanna Rem.
Yeah, is kind of what it is. It's slowed the movement of them down, but she seems to be engaging with it fine. Death, deal your hand.
So the hand gets dealt out. Let's see how this plays. 19.
How do I cheat?
I knew it. So in this site, it will probably be acting.
Acting.
Or, wait, hold on. Hold on. This is a moment where I have to check the skill list, because there is a skill in Witcher for, to cheat in gambling with fast hands. With, sleight of hand, specifically. If you had sleight of hand, that would be...
What do I have? I have like strategy. I have...
Do you have stealth?
Stealth?
I have stealth.
I would go with stealth as your complementary skill.
So which one do I click on to roll?
So you would roll stealth first as the complementary skill, and then that will give you the bonus to gambling.
Got you. Okay, cool.
Also pickpocket.
Or okay, so 14, you're gonna get a +1.
+1 to gambling.
Mm-hmm.
So many skills in this game.
Yes, there are. 22.
22.
You flip your cards.
And when I flip over my hand, you see 3 kings, 2 aces, a full house.
I want everyone else to roll awareness in
Oh
this
my God.
moment.
As we're rolling this, which direction was she going?
So, for your purposes, she was coming from this main entrance here, the main valet,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
and she was working her way this way. She isn't there yet.
Okay, so just
She's about
straight through.
Yeah, she was working straight through, working towards what you're, she was working her way towards the spa.
Yeah.
She's
I'll
about
handle
here
this.
at this point.
Oh, you meant that in a literal way, that she was gonna have a spa day, not in a.
No.
Oh.
You're pretty sure that it was literally a spa day. Ooh, 21, 18, 28, 21, 19. Okay, so with that 28, you have to roll the 10.
Oh,
Oh, so it's
Ooh,
only a 15.
okay, that's not
Okay.
bad, that's not bad.
Okay. This is okay because you've still got your back turned to the main room, so you're not 100% sure. You can hear the noise of what's happening, but you're not seeing what's happening. The rest of you will all see, and I'll get to Adam's crits 28 in a second. The rest of you all see a figure come out from the bar that's, right here. This apostrophe bar right here. And I'm gonna just use this very nice purple to mark Joanna Rem. You see a figure come out of this bar. Tall, young, kind of attractive, chiseled jaw, swooshy hair, god-awful gold lame suit that you just want to scream, and all of you recognize Lorian Messer as he walks out of the bar, strides up to the figure, towards the figure of Joanna Rem, pulls a gun, and shoots her.
Shoots. Okay.
Shoots her, and then the next 3 shots go towards the security, and everything goes to chaos.
So curiously, would we be able to react before the shots are fired, or is it just like too fast?
It's really too fast at that moment. But we'll find out exactly what your reaction is when we come back, because we're going to go to break, and we'll find out exactly what happens in about 8 minutes, everybody. So stretch, refresh. We'll find out what happens when we come back. Bye.
So stressful. Bye.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. When we left off, we had our very interesting moment of Lorien Messer appearing from a bar, walking through the security detail for Joanna Rem, and shooting her. Twice, center mass, and then shooting 3 of the security before attempting to run. And chaos erupts. A number of what look like security from the casino start flooding in. One of the security guards for Joanna Rem, who wasn't shot, and the other 2 of them who were, well, they're in full armor jack, so it wasn't like a handgun was going to go through that anyways. Their stopping power is like 20. They don't move very quickly, though, are trying to chase down Lorien Messer as he's attempting to run through the rest of the casino floor towards the main exit. One of the security guards is attempting to do first aid on Joanna. A couple of the other security guards in this place are being detained because now you realize that there are like 5 other people who have just started randomly shooting at that were seated at bars, at various tables, and have pulled guns and have started shooting into the crowd at various other people on the floor. What would you like to do, Lightning?
I have my... Did I take would I be able to take my sword with me on this trip?
Theoretically, I mean, you're in a casino. They try really hard to keep weapons out. You could roll me a stealth to see if you were able to keep your sword with you.
Sure, why not?
This is retroactive. It's fine.
You know what? No. Yeah, we'll say like she had to go in like pretty we're disguised, so probably not. So she's gonna go in and she's gonna try and just kick the gun on one of the closest one that's shooting into the crowd.
So right now, I'm going to add some bodies, just random, nothing really important. You know what? I think that we'll use pink for the random shooters.
Nothing's random, Prax. All has purpose.
Okay, so you've got 7 random shooters spread throughout the casino floor who are attacking patrons. There's a bunch of people running and screaming. A bunch of the dealers and waitstaff have kind of like... Well, the dealers have ducked under their tables, a number of them, because most of those tables are going to be severely reinforced and designed to take massive amounts of damage. And a bunch of the waitstaff are kind of like shuttling a couple of the like obviously elderly patrons who are not involved in any of this behind a couple of those tables or through various doors or alleyways away from the casino floor. The casino security seems to be responding, but there's a delay in their response.
So
let's just finish with Lightning. Which one are you attempting to hit?
And where are we?
You spread out through the casino floor, so wherever you want to be.
To the key vantage points.
Yeah, which are similar locations, actually.
So really, just pick a place that you think would make the most sense for being like in a good spot if something happens, because that's what Rex basically helped with their tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be over here.
Okay.
Far. So we'll go after it. We'll hit this one.
Yep. So roll that hand to hand, unless you have martial arts.
Yep, hand to hand.
Prax, would you be able to mark the security team, or they've run off?
Their security team, the two of the security guards have run after Lorien. They're trying to make their way, but it's a casino floor, and there's chaos on the casino floor.
Sure.
So Lorien isn't moving as fast. He's maybe halfway from Joanna to the door. Now, remembering, of course, that this is not to scale. This is like a third of the scale. So picture a large space, and he's halfway to the door. He's probably 20 meters from her now, and they're a little bit behind him because they're wearing full armor jack, which would impede their speed. 20 on the defense. They're not really great, so that's a 9. What did they? Oh, they rolled a 23. Haha.
Ooh.
They just dodge out of the way and pull a gun and fire again at. They look like they're attempting to fire at the security guards at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Rex, what would you like to do?
You say me?
Yes.
Sorry, I coughed just as soon as you said something. Yeah, so this is what Rex was worried about, and questions the security team and their abilities. But I would say that. So, which direction did Lorien run off to, or?
So he
Messier?
started at the bar, right?
Oh, at Apostrophe Bar, ran towards them, and then he's running towards the main valet, or the other direction?
The main valet, which is going to be
Main
literally
valet?
the fastest way out, because anywhere else is just going to bring him further into the casino space,
The casino, right? And he's already outside, or no?
He's not. He's halfway to the door. Well, he's
Got
not
it.
even halfway to the door. He's 20. He's like 20 meters from where, or 15 meters from where you guys are. 15 meters from where he shot Joanna.
Okay. I would like to. This would be fun. I would like to find an object that I can use
Look, he's a little circle on the map.
to trip up Messier.
Ooh, okay, so that'd be an awareness notice to find something useful for you within reach, because that's the other thing. You would have to find something within reach.
Yes. Well, can I offer up that my tactics roll gives me a bonus to this of some kind, because I was like ready for this, so I was kind of locking down, or
I'll give you a +1.
Okay. I already clocked all the things, so it's a 16.
You can find like a couple ashtrays, because it's this casino and one of the last places where you can still have public smoking.
Fair.
Even 100 years in
is
the
it-
future, because you can replace organs now.
So to give you context, like my thinking is I wanted to trip him up, so I need something that was longer. I mean, I could technically try to throw and hit his ankle to trip him up that way with an ashtray.
Like there's an ashtray. There isn't going to be anything with a long handle on it readily available because you're on the casino floor, right?
No,
And
no,
anything-
like rope barriers or anything like that.
No, most of the ropes are now floating. They've got little.
Oh, they don't have the poles this time.
No, they don't have poles.
What if I take one of the ropes themselves? No.
I
floating
mean, you
ropes, that'd be
could,
kind
but it
of-
would act as a whip, and
I mean,
would-
that would actually work for my goals of trying to trip him up. if
okay,
that's
you
with
could use it as a whip. You're just gonna have to move it closer to him to get there.
That's fine.
Which I even have stats for. Ahaha.
Wait, what? Yes, this is happening. All right.
All right, so yes. Go ahead and make an attack on Lorien. It's
Okay.
you have a
Hand-to-hand martial arts. I mean, I could do some.
no, it's a weapons
crazy
attack.
stuff.
What is it is a
Yeah.
weapon attack.
Personal combat. I've got lots of things there.
It's gonna be
The only ones I see are hand-to-hand or martial arts.
yeah. Hold on. It's gonna be hand to hand. because this
Okay.
is not this is a this is hand to hand.
Okay.
And there is a -1 penalty because it is a whip, because it has a -1 on the weapon accuracy.
Okay.
But you have
I mean,
a longer reach on it, so you don't have to move as close.
that's true. I was gonna see if you'd allow martial arts just because that's what I'm skilled in.
Okay, I'll allow martial arts.
Okay.
I'll allow martial arts.
And I had a whole reasoning, but thank you. Okay.
29. Very nice. All right.
Oh, thank God.
You're intending to trip him, correct?
Yeah. So I'm with that 29. I would like to not just trip
Oh
him
no,
if I can.
no! Remember, he still gets a defense.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You have to let the man have his defense. He could roll like crap. He could roll really great, or he could roll like crap. So this is a
Oh,
crit.
did you get a 1?
He rolled a 1, and
Oh
now
my
he's at a
God.
12. Versus a 29, which is a major crit. So you will do major crit damage. But here's the thing. Because you are intending to trip him, which is a special
Yes.
move, you will trip him. He will fall. He will take damage, which is 1d6. Which is 1d6 damage plus your body modifier, whatever that is.
Okay.
So roll the 1d6.
My body's pretty massive. It's 9.
So it's a +1. So 1d6 plus 1.
So 1d6 plus 1. And yes, my intent was to trip, but with the rope, because I wasn't sure what I was going to get. If you would allow it, I would love to actually like have him kind of like a bolo wrap around the ankles.
Yeah.
So it's like it's gonna take him a moment to get out of it and get back
Yeah,
up.
that's gonna be the crit effect.
Okay, cool.
Because there's a difference of
That's
massive.
3.
All right, so he takes 3 damage, which isn't a lot, but he's going to fall. It will take him an extra round to get back up. He has to untangle himself. He has to do a full round of action to do so.
Okay.
Leo, what are you doing? Your brother-in-law has just shot a president.
Soon to be ex brother-in-law, thank you very much. I am, as soon as I see that just ugly gold, my eyes like immediately zero in. It honestly takes Leo like a half a second longer to realize like, oh, he just shot somebody. Because of the chaos of like her starting to get like knocked around by people, I'm assuming panicking.
Yeah.
And that's what like shakes her out of that. And but not that much, because what Leo is going to do is beeline towards that slimy motherfucker on the ground. And Leo's gonna do something that she's imagined in her mind a lot, or at least attempt to, for the past 6.5-ish months. And that is attempt to beat the shit out of him while he's on the ground.
That's why I did that. That's why.
Whatever I need to do to get there, I will do happily.
So you will need to roll. You're going to need to roll athletics to get there. Because at this
Okay.
point, the crowd has now become a hindrance and an obstacle that you need to move around. You know, there are people who are running randomly. There are people who are running intentionally. There are the 2 security guards who are running after him. You just saw Rex take out this, rip one of the floating red velvet ropes and take him out. So a 13, you're going to get there, but you're not. It's going to take your full action to get to him at this round.
Can I just like do like a kick? It doesn't have to hurt him.
Yeah,
but
you
just,
can
like, for
you
me.
can you can kick him for
As I get there?
flavor as you get there. It's that last stride in the run motion, and it you just kind of kick him, but it doesn't do any damage because
But it does something for me.
it does something for you.
It doesn't have to hurt him. It just has to help me.
It helps.
This is
you.
my therapy.
The only thing that would be better is if it was actually your sister here, right?
Yeah. I have a passing thought of, man, I wish Alex was here, but then I hear the gunshots and I'm like, actually, no, not really.
The gentleman at the poker table, well, baccarat table, which is playing poker. Are either of you doing anything?
Well, first I'd like to know why I got with my 28.
With a 28, you will notice a couple things. Number one, the android security guard has made his way, attempted to stop Lorien, but seems to have frozen instantly. Possibly done by something that Lorien did, maybe an EMP, maybe something low level like that stopped the android. But Lorien then the shots were almost too quick. It's a little odd, but then you're like, you didn't know that Lorien was that fast kind of thing, because he didn't seem that way in the bar the last time you met him, but at the same time, oh, wait, he did actually attend that military academy. He does actually have some training in this stuff. Last time he was playing with peons, and you remember that he had a number of, like, people staged around the bar the last time you met him. You recognize a couple of those faces of the people that are shooting randomly into the crowd at this point. A couple of those shots are random, more to facilitate greater chaos, and a couple of them seem to be impeding the security guards who went after Lorien. This was intentional, this was planned, this was staged. They planned for a small security team, they planned for this, and so they're doing what they can to help Lorien get out. You also will see Connor on the far side of the casino floor, working like he's trying to pull a bunch of civilians out of the way. He's not seeming like he's going to actually intervene at the moment, but he's working to move civilians to a easier location, reducing the amount of distractions and possible bystander injuries. And you would see that one of the security guards, the security guard that turned to provide medical attention to Joanna, has got full compression and seems to be pulling things out of, like, various pockets that look like a full med kit is prepared.
Well, there's your start.
He runs his hands over the full house and he flips it back over into a pile so that the deck is hidden. He takes the deck, and he starts to reshuffle, and he looks around and he says, "Do you want to play again?"
In a moment. I need to go assess this mess and see precisely whose fingerprints are on this. Excuse me.
He puts the deck down as you're getting up, and he leans back and his hands slide underneath the table, and you see him unhook and lay across his lap a hilted bastard sword, very similar to one that you have. It's got a red hilt, and the blade itself, the scabbard, is black. And he just pivots his chair around. His eye flashes red, and he's just looking out to observe at the moment.
I'm going to walk casually, owning the room as this gunfight's happening. And I'm going to put the fear of death into those shooters. They've
How?
seen my face before.
A couple of them, yes. Not all of them, but a couple of them.
I'm going to take one of those very nice glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use it in the most unpleasant fashion on one of their necks.
Are you gonna waste perfectly good Waterford on these hired guns?
I'm making a point.
And to be clear, it's sparkling water. Okay, it's worse than water.
That's not the point. It's the Waterford cut crystal. It's worth more than their lives.
I'm willing to make an exception.
Fine. You can roll me an attack.
Because this is less about the murder and more about the message, I'm going to spend the rest of my luck
Okay.
because I want them running. $31.
Oh, that's very nice. That's a very nice. They're gonna try and defend themselves. They're probably not gonna because they're hired. Well, that's a 17. Would you like to kill this individual? Because at this level of crit difference, you can.
Yeah, no, this is crack the glass against one of those hovering trays and then just shove in throat. As I'm not even paying attention to this man who I've just murdered, and I'm just walking towards the next one. And I'm going, you stay, and we'll just sweep the room. The rest of you leave.
So this guy is, well, very dead. Can you roll me intimidation, please? And I would say with that 31 of murder, you can get a +3 on your intimidation.
Intimidate's not my strong suit, but then again, murder's my strong suit.
Murder is your strong suit.
16.
With a 16, let me roll something, please. Ah, hold. That didn't help. Sorry. Random things happening. So a 13. What happens is one of them has this moment of hesitation as if they kind of look at you, take a second, clock the murder, clock who you are, and then decide that they're really pissed. They're intimidated, but not enough to actually make them stop. So now you've become the target.
Fair enough.
So they're going to try and shoot you.
Okay.
With a 16.
Well, attempt to dodge.
Yes. Attempt to dodge. Dodging is good. Dodging is important in this game.
18.
You definitely dodge away from the bullet that comes at your head. It's also this moment of slight... It's not quite panic shooting, but it's like, oh no, you're now the biggest threat in the room, let me deal with the biggest threat in the room, kind of thing. If that makes sense. But, back to the top of the round. The two security guards for Joanna Rem are going to take the rest of this round to try and get to Lorien. Lorien has to spend the entire round to try and get himself up and untangle himself, so he can't do anything at this moment. He's now standing in front of Leo. Lightning, what are you doing? You're muted, sorry.
This guy's still firing?
There are a bunch of people who are still firing. Everybody in pink is firing.
Okay, I'm gonna try hand to hand again.
20! Yay!
Again.
16! You will hit him the hell. What is your body score?
Body score is 8.
So you have a +1, and it'd be 1d4 + 1.
Okay. 2.
1. Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's-
2.
I just-
So 2, yeah. You can hit him, and you will realize that he's wearing armor. He doesn't look like he is. He looks like he's just wearing, you know, a white linen suit kind of thing. A little bit of a weave of some light weave in his hair. Shifting whatever, light tacks. But when you hit him, you feel that armor on your hand. Rex, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I think Rex is going to focus on Messier just because Leo and Rex go way back. And so seeing Messier here, he wants answers because he knows that Messier is involved in some shit. And that's their best bet. So he's going to go up to them and try to take him out. Like, again, using martial arts, attempting to either knock them out or incapacitate them in some way, shape, or form.
I need you to roll me the athletics to see if you can get across the room to him now.
What is that under?
Reflexes non-combat.
Reflexes non-combat. Okay. 18.
Yes, you can make it across and you still have an action.
All right. So, martial arts. I'm gonna go ahead and use my last luck just because I want to fuck this guy up. 32.
To a 19. Yeah, that's a little fucked up. You're gonna fuck him up. Are you intending to kill him?
No. So the intention here is to fully incapacitate him. And I kind of imagine as like Calyx gets up in there, starts wailing on him as he's on the ground, or doing what she does on the ground, and Rex like deftly kind of slides to the ground, pulls him up in like a full-on armbar, like stranglehold, and basically makes it so that with his legs locked as well, and just holds him there as Calyx continuously wails on him, and like is just fucking him up so bad. And slowly but surely he just fades into consciousness if he gets fully knocked out.
I need you to roll 1d4 plus your body.
Yeah, so it's 1.
Because that's the damage that you're doing as an unarmed.
I do have a 6 in martial arts. I don't know if that changes anything as well.
No. It's okay. Your damage is based on what weapon you use and your body score. It has nothing to do with your skill.
Right, okay. Yeah, I was just double checking. So it's 1d6 or 1d4?
1d4 plus 1.
Plus 1, okay.
2.
Ow!
I mean, you did damage, you think. Leo, what you doing?
So, I want to run it back to the end of last season.
Yep.
There was because I didn't write any notes because I thought it was the end of the series. Lorian, there was a scene where we were sitting there with Lorian, and you told me, and you described something on him as like being electrical, something sparked. When I dropped that water. To double back, because I didn't ask any questions because it didn't matter at that point. Thinking back on that now, was that like a cybernetic, like sort of sparky, or was that just like some sort of armor on his suit, sparky?
It was based on what you know. It was either, and you did ask this at the time, and you rolled for it. And what you knew was it's either the armor or something in his pocket. You didn't think it was cybernetics itself, which was, again, on par because he's really kind of high up in Earth sphere and they kind of look down on cybernetics to begin with. So were pretty sure that it was either something like what he was wearing or something in the pocket itself.
Okay. Then as because naturally I'm still going to try to punch the shit out of him. I just have other things going on in my mind also. As I'm going to attempt to just like use him as a punching bag in this moment in time, but I am going to be, and I'll roll for that in a second. But as I'm doing it, I definitely am going to just like each punch is just going to be like, or attempt to punch is going to be like a question statement at him. Like the very first one that hits is going to be like, that one's for Alex. And then it's going to be like, these punches are flavor punches. I'm assuming I only get one.
Yeah.
And like after that, it's going to be like, what the fuck is your play here? It's like, first you sue me, and now you're shooting fucking royalty? You're not that fucking stupid, you know? And I'll roll for that, whatever it is, for that.
I think, like, preface this, Rex was like, oh no, you're not leaving. And then, like, that's when they put them on the ground, and it's like that, then the string of questions start happening. It's just like, for Alex.
All right, Leo, roll your attack. Martial arts are hand to hand.
Okay. And I'll use my last, like, can I just roll well when I want to roll well? 14.
Now, does he have a negative because he's being held with my crit?
He does. No, it's not with your crit. It's because of the people. There is a negative because he's surrounded by, you're holding him and he gets, and it's about people and environment. So yes, he does have a negative. It gives him a penalty. With a 19, however, he still managed to like kind of, like the first one hits when you hit him like, this is for Alex. And like when you go to hit him, it's like, what the fuck is your problem? He just kind of shoulder shifts enough that it kind of glances off of him and it doesn't actually do any damage. But he's still kind of quasi-restrained. He hasn't attempted to escape at the moment. Death is in the moment. What is your action?
Please describe to me what this man is wearing.
Which one? The one who just tried to shoot you?
Yes.
He looks to be wearing a very nice linen, white, flowy kind of shirt, khakis, sliding, a little bit of like off the shoulder kind of boat neck. Very artful. But you can just see underneath where the shirt is shifted what looks like a light armor jack.
Okay. So I'm going to walk up to them and just go, open or closed. As I'm going to grab hold with one hand, attempt to grab hold of the armor jack. The other hand is going to go immediately for the gun. And if I can, I'm going to wrestle their arm right under their chin. May I spend the luck that's in the chat? Okay. $13.
13. What can he do? Let's see. Let's see what they do. $14. This moment of just sliding out of the way.
And as he slips out, I say again, open or closed.
He looks at you like no recognition of what you're saying. But, you know. Corin, what are you doing?
Korn, as he's watching this, primarily, like for a moment, he's watching his brother, but then he's watching this sort of scuffle with Lorian on the ground. His red eye flashes blue, and then the light fades. He turns to the table and he flips over the King of Spades from his previous hand, and he takes out a little pin from inside his pocket. He writes something down on it, and then he clicks the pin and puts it back in his pocket. He stands up to observe the room. And where are the exits?
From where you are?
From where I am.
So the biggest exit, the main valet is the main exit here. You're the Red Cross, right? So the main exit is here. There's this pathway to the pools, which is the opposite direction. There's another like pathway around over here that will lead you into the hotel section of the casino.
Okay.
Around the lobby bar and the bell desk kind of thing.
And the scramble is kind of like over here, right?
The scramble is like, yeah, more. All of this.
Okay.
That's where most of the drama is currently happening.
He will stand up, leave his cards behind, and just kind of walk slowly. He's got the sword, the sheath, the scabbard in his left hand. His right hand is casually resting on its pommel. And he just outskirts where the main action is happening, and he's watching it as he goes. His eye turns red again, and he's making his way towards, I guess, the main valet.
Okay. Cool. It's their turn now. I get to have a turn. It's fun. I get to shoot people. Shooting people is fun. Sort of. So we've got 1, 2, 3 shooters who are currently engaging with creating more chaos. We've got 1, 2 shooters who are now going to attempt to shoot at Leo and Rex because they're, you know, trying to support their boss kind of thing.
Is it, curiously, do they have a chance of hitting their boss?
No. Well, this one of them can't because that wasn't intentional. Oh well. That was not what I wanted to do. That little pink stripe that just went away and now is a small green circle. That guy, he doesn't have a chance because you're like, you both came from the same direction, so you're in between him and his boss. Because you've got him like backed up. He's kind of my human shield. He is your human shield, but you're also at this moment his human shield, so.
Yeah, from the other side, yeah.
So he has a 16 to hit Rex. The other guy is going to attempt to hit Leo. He does technically have a chance to hit his boss if he fails, if he fumbles. He does not. That's an 18. So a 16 against Rex and an 18 against Leo. You can dodge, escape to attempt to dodge bullets. Because you can. 24, you're
24
fine.
for Rex.
18. Wonderful thing in this game, tie goes to the defender. Yeah. Leo does not get hit. Lightning, what are you... Oh, wait, there's one more individual who's staring at both, who's right up in, the, Death's face. He crit fails. He's gonna make a mess. With a 5, I don't think that's going to hit you at all, but, you know.
16.
Yeah, you get right out of the way. The shot goes wide and dings off the fake marble on the side of the wall. You just see it chip and fall. Roll me an awareness, please, Death, as that shot goes wide.
19.
The shot goes wide, dings off the wall, and just barely misses the camera. One of the many on the casino floor that's fully recording the entire fight and everything that's happened. Lightning, it's your turn.
Pass for right now. Sorry.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Rex.
If I could, I would like for like Leo and I to lock eyes and basically try to move our hostage, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
to somewhere where we can't get shot, because that's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I think there's like, we're not done with you.
Oop, oop.
Come with me.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Hold, please. Let
Uh-oh.
me.
We lost lightning.
We'll make a quick thing to figure out what just happened, but we've got everybody on here. They're not the right names. Sorry, but
Oh no.
we've got the other overlay. It works. Yeah, she had some a tech issue. She's not
Oh,
sure.
okay.
She's not sure if she's going to be able to come back.
Oh no.
So-
Okay. All right. Well, would you like me to continue?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, what do I need to roll to maneuver this person with Calix's help to a safer location for us to extract and interrogate?
You're going to need to roll athletics for both of you.
And if I would like to propose with my tactics roll earlier, I have a path that I have planned out to extract.
Yes, but that's not going to give you a bonus. It just means that you have the path.
Fair enough. Right. Do we have any luck in chat?
Nope. You've used all your luck. Luck is gone.
All right, 15.
15. All right.
And
You can start moving. It will take your entire round to do so. And you're going to
That's
get about
fine.
halfway
That's fine.
because you're using... Because while you're getting the benefit of Leo, Lorian is not helping you, right? He
Sure.
is doing what he can to make this more of a mess.
Curiously, like, because that's kind of one thing I wanted to understand is what's the state of Lorian or of Messier? Because you know, even though we didn't necessarily damage him a lot, is it like we at least incapacitate him in some level? Is it, or is it just grappled?
He's just grappled at the moment.
Okay, so he's restrained, but he's still able to do stuff. Okay.
Yeah, he's restrained, but he's still able to do stuff.
Okay.
Then I believe going around, it's Leo, you're assisting Rex. Alright.
yes.
So then you're going to continue to move your way across. Again, it will take the full round for you to get like halfway across out of the way, and it'll just because of he's fighting you, and the rest of the environment is not making it easy for you.
So are we going more distance on her turn, or is it?
Yeah, you go a little bit more distance on her
Okay.
turn, but you still don't get all the way, if that makes
Got it.
sense.
Yeah.
So, that leaves us with Death.
You were bad the first go round, and you've become worse. I almost have pity for you. And again, going to try and restrain this man.
Okay.
Oh, terribly.
Yeah, You didn't fail, but you came really close. No, he kind of just slides out of the way, more because of the jostling of the crowd at this point than anything that's really his doing.
I'm kind of imagining like the crowd just kind of like goes between them. Yeah.
Yeah. Corin.
How close am I to the door?
You've made your way about a quarter of the way.
Okay. Yeah, he continues to skirt the crowd. If anybody turns on him with a gun, obviously, like he's got his sword ready. He's watching everything that's happening as he skirts, but he just continues going along the outside edge towards the door. And he makes sure that he clocks with his eyes Leo and Rex carrying Larian. Is his name Larian?
Lorian, yeah. They're about here now.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the edge of most of the
whenever
scrum.
there's a break in the crowd for a moment, like he looks at them, he sees his brother fighting with this guy with a gun, gets slammed by the crowd for a moment and jostled, but other than that, he's just making his way towards the door, ready to defend himself if he has to.
You just roll me athletics as you make your way towards the door.
Yeah. It's reflexes.
Yep.
19.
Yeah, you're making your way very close to the door. You'll probably get as close as you can. Not all the way out.
I imagine there's like a couple of people who like fall out or are running away from the crowd, and he just like, stiff arms one guy down to the ground, very little effort. And another one runs right in front of him, and he just stops for a moment, waits, and then pushes forward and parts two people and keeps making his way towards the door.
So it's my turn again. These two charming individuals will have noticed that now their boss is in more trouble because they're being kidnapped. He's being kidnapped. This is not cool with the kidnapping. So they're going to try and shoot. So now you'll have a total of 4 shots, 2 on Rex, 2 on Calyx. 1, 2 on Rex, so a 19 and a 15 that you get to have to dodge. Now that you're moving, however, and I'm going to give you a -1 penalty because you're moving through the crowd and attempting to dodge at the same time. Unless, of course, you would rather...
I mean...
Because that -1 is to ensure that you don't dodge in a way that would hit the crowd. If you don't want the -1, you can possibly let somebody in the crowd get hit.
I really don't care.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Then that's where we'll go. All right, then. It will slow your movement, however. But that's just happening. It's an environmental effect.
Yeah, okay, fine. The molasses of a crowd.
Yeah, basically. Have you been to Times Square in the middle of the summer?
Oh yeah, I've been to what is it called? Oh gosh, in Tokyo, that crossing. That place is crazy.
Have you ever tried to kidnap somebody out of Times Square?
It's basically what you're attempting to do at the moment.
Can't say I have. No, can't say I have. Okay, so this is a dodge roll, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
22.
The first one doesn't hit. The second one doesn't hit. So we've got 2 on Leo, who apparently these two can't roll for shite.
Are these guys stormtroopers?
Look, I fully subscribe to the fan theory that the reason stormtroopers are such bad shots is because the little chip in their head that the Empire took over when they were and forced them to be when they were clone troopers and took over their entire personality, got rid of half of their skill base too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It fried their brains.
It fried, Sith Lords might be okay with personality, but they're not really any good shots. They don't
Also
understand
remember
any of
later-
this, huh?
Later on in the Empire, there are more conscripts. So, like,
It's true
you
now.
know,
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
more like farmers that just were like, getting the basic training, and that's about it.
Yeah, like, look, I think, like, clone troopers and stormtroopers are two different things.
Yeah.
So both of those you'll get read out of the way. It's fine. But again, you're moving forward. Now, however, there is one more individual who gets to attempt to do something. And that's Lorian. He's going to attempt to break the hold that Rux has on him.
All right. This is a contested roll, correct?
Yeah, well, yes, he's going to make an attack to break the... He's not attempting to break the grapple. He's attempting to attack you, to force you to break the grapple.
Got it. Sure.
So you can either dodge the attack, in which case you will break the grapple, or you can roll the athletics to keep the grapple, but you will still take damage.
Got it. Okay. Oh, athletics or martial arts?
No, because now the martial arts would be if you...
Either way, like my dodge escape is 16, so I'm going to use that.
Okay. But what that's going to do is it means he's going to break the grapple, but won't get to hit. Might be able to avoid getting hit.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Because what he's trying to do, he's physically
ahead.
attacking you to try and force you to break the grapple.
Right, which is why I was thinking it was contested martial arts, because like martial arts is all about controlling the body, but okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
but what I'm saying is, but now it's athletics to continue that same action. To hold on to him versus... Because technically martial arts in the rule book can't be used as a defense.
Right.
It's an attack, not a defense. Sorry. Take it up with Mike Pondsmith. Ask him to do that in the next edition.
As a martial artist, I will contest that, but it's okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right, so he's going to attack you with a 19. Now, you can dodge, in which case it'll break the grapple, or you can roll the athletics to maintain the grapple and then just take the damage.
Yeah, that's the other reason why it's confusing, is because athletics is non-combat. This sounds like combat. I'm okay doing the dodge because I'm just going to grapple him again with my martial arts. So
Yeah,
I'm going to circumvent this system or this in some way.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not, because he can't move after the fact. That's what I'm saying.
Got it. Okay. So I'm going to dodge.
Yeah, so...
With a 32.
Yes, so you definitely break out of the dodge. Now, the whole point of this was for him to break the grapple, but that doesn't mean he can't move at this round.
Okay.
That's the point.
Got it.
So you're fine.
Is there a crit effect or no?
No, not on a defense. If he had crit fumbled and you had crit succeeded on the defense, then there would have been a crit effect, but not at the moment.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, wait, so now we're top of the round. We've lost our Lightning. Unfortunately, she won't be able to rejoin us because she's having some major tech issues. Rex.
Oh. Well, I say no, and attempt to re-strengthen my efforts. We have questions. With a 19.
Cool. Now he gets to attempt the athletics to... But he's still surrounded, so he gets a penalty on his defense to avoid it. But he does with a 27! Now he is no longer grappled. Leo, your turn.
If I were to do like an awareness notice roll, would that have impeded like an action I would take in that roll?
No.
Okay.
Taking an awareness notice is a step for a complementary skill.
Okay.
And there are times in which case it can be an attempt to where it would take your whole action, but in this case, but for most of the time on a complex battlefield like this, you can get a little bit of information. You may not get everything that you want.
Yeah. My main goal is I don't understand why a messer would do this. Especially when he has the perceived upper hand on me and my family and my corporation at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do an awareness notice on him to see if this is
Is this awareness notice or human perception?
awareness notice, because I want to see if there is anything on him that would be like, I guess, controlling him, or like
You're looking for a mind control trip or some sort of distress?
Yeah, some sort of distress. Sort of like the same vibe I did with Alex when we first met her.
Yeah,
I was like, something here is off.
Yeah, that was okay. I'll allow you can use either human perception or awareness notice. Awareness note, they're going to give you different information.
Okay, I'll definitely go with awareness notice because I think human perception is never going to go well with Alex or Calix. She always goes for logic before people. 17.
There doesn't seem to be anything external that's controlling him. He doesn't have any obvious like headset, or you don't even see an earworm. You don't see anything beyond his very nice suit, although you can kind of tell that he's wearing armor under it.
He's an idiot, but not that much of an idiot.
Yeah. He's got the gun. You will notice that it was effectively a Derringer. There were only 4 shots in it, and he's fired them all. That's why he isn't shooting at you.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to be anything external that would cause him to act outside of, if this wasn't his choice.
Yeah. Like, this is voluntary, not involuntary, at least from what I can tell at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As I see Rex not catch the second grapple, I regrettably do remember why I know Lorian. In the same way I know Rex. They went to the military academy together. So he is capable, whether I like it or not. So I am going to make an attempt to I guess tackle him. I'm just gonna try to tackle him. I'm sure Calix knows a lot about doing things that are mean to people. I don't. So I'm just gonna go with a basic tackle here. And see if I can just get him off his game. Would that be hand-to-hand or athletics, martial arts?
Hand-to-hand or martial arts.
Okay. Make sure I clicked on the right thing.
13.
If I can just roll higher
I'm
than
sorry.
like a 3 on my D10, I would really love that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
19. He's going to shift and dodge and weave around you in that way that's kind of like attempting to lead you into such a position that you and Rex would be cross purposes from each other to try and avoid being surrounded by the two of you. That's flavor. It doesn't mechanically make any effect. He's still under the penalty of technically being surrounded.
We haven't gotten shot at towards by any of the forgot her name already. Her security.
No.
Well, I say us, but I mean Lorian mostly.
No.
Okay.
The two security guards who are going after Lorian you could see are now being hampered mostly by the crowd.
Okay.
And part of it is their speed is significantly dropped because they're wearing full heavy armor jack, right?
Yeah.
It's like wearing full plate armor on top of chainmail. Like, they're still able to move, they can do a lot in it, but it reduces their speed.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not in the way if they're trying to do something.
No,
okay.
they've but the same thing is, you're pretty sure, and this is a freebie, you're pretty sure they're not going to fire right now because the crowd is in the way.
That's valid.
And they're a security detail for a planetary and system leader. They do not want the bad press of making bad shots in the middle of the space, right?
Okay. Cool. That's,
And the
my
other
turn.
one who's still with Joanna Rem is applying first aid at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Death.
I'm going to sigh at the one that's been separated from me by the crowd. I'm going to look over to what I mean. There's an obvious scuffle with Lorian.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the pistol, just raise it up. For crimes against fashion, let alone the systems. Bye, Lorian.
Yes. Go ahead. Make that shot. Please make that shot.
I'm going to use the full burst.
Oh, go! Hey, by the way, oh wait, he's not being grappled anymore. You only have to worry about the full burst splash damage if you crit fail.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, he's broke free. I have an excuse to shoot him now. So let us do that roll. That will be pistols.
Ooh, and now you have more luck.
Yeah, let's use the luck, if I may.
Yeah, shoot him. We want that.
There's a total
Okay.
of 3 luck. How many of
Yeah,
them are you going to
let's use all of this because Roll20 is in the mood.
Roll20 seems to not like you, is that what you're saying?
It's in the mood. And I get +2 for the gun and the laser sight on the gun, so.
Yeah, so you get a +2, you're going to +5, and he currently has a -2 to his defense.
18.
Yeah, he's not going to be in a good place at the moment. For 15, you're going to hit him.
Yeah.
But not a crit, sorry. But full burst, doesn't full burst you get multiple shots?
Yeah, but I believe I have to get full degrees. So I only get 1.
Yeah.
But it's for 9.
9 damage is going to do a whole lot of damage to his head. Like a shit ton of damage to his head. He is now bleeding profusely. And the back of his head kind of explodes because he doesn't have that high a body score, so he's kind of fucked. And will collapse in front of you. The back of the skull is kind of blown out as he collapses on the ground. Blood falling from the front of the face, and he's laying face up. The gentleman who was around are now really pissed and are gonna start shooting. All of them at... Well... Hold, I'm sorry, it's not my turn yet. It's Corin's turn.
Ooh. Can I get to the door this turn?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So he continues to like push through the crowd, skirt around the edge, turns and catches the aftermath of the gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
Eye flashes red and turns back to normal black again. He calls out once he gets to the door as he holds the door open for a moment. Probably maybe hard to hear if you're not listening for him, but he thinks, his brother probably recognizes his voice. And he just calls out and says, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I wouldn't stay here. And ducks out the front door.
So the 4 individuals were still alive. No, excuse me, they're 4 individuals who are still alive are all going to shoot at Death. Because they can. 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them are taking headshots, they're all center mouse. But
All right.
I need your dodge for these, please, sir.
So, 14. 16. 23.
Ooh, look, you escaped that one.
17.
So 3 will hit you, but none of them are going to be crits, which is a good thing in this game. For a total of 7 damage. That's shite. To your torso.
Concealed armor I'm wearing absorbs it.
Yes, the wonderful power thing, joy of stopping power. I believe it's Rex's turn.
So is Messier like dead?
There's a big ol' hole through his forehead that's leaking blood.
Yeah, I mean that's. I heard that, but I was like, okay. In which case,
His body score isn't high enough to have above a 10 as a head protection.
well, in which case I look up at Leo and I said, he should just come with us, and we should leave and head towards one of the exits, hoping that Pope can follow, or sorry, the death could follow. So I'll take one of the exit plans, the contingencies that we've planned ahead.
So if you roll me athletics, you get a +2 because you've planned ahead the exit plan.
Okay.
Each of you get that same bonus to your escape.
All right, athletics. Wow.
And you have to roll the negative.
I know.
8.
It's an 8.
The crowd has shifted now that there was this other gunshot that came from a different direction kind of thing, and it's now you're pushing against the crowd. Leo, you see Rex trying to make his way towards the door.
I kick the body on the ground, and I make my way out and behind a Rex, because if nothing else, he has been whispering in my ear in an attempt to look coy, just the escape plan the entire time.
Yeah.
He's been on my arm.
Yes. So you have the +2 to your athletics to escape. Yes.
For flavor, I kind of imagine Rex gets shoved by the crowd and knocked over.
Yeah.
On top of Lorian, and that'll lead into something maybe. I kind of want to look at the body and like do something with it, but
Okay.
Athletics. Is it a straight plus? Just +2?
Yeah, just straight +2.
Okay.
11. You're moving forward a little faster, but that same crowd press has moved in the door towards you guys. And you see
It's
Rex
also,
kind
I
of
took the
fall.
time to kick the body.
You did take the time to kick the body.
So I did see him fall. Honestly, I might have almost tripped over Rex as he's falling because I went for the kick. To kick him, and thinking that my leg was gonna go over the body, it actually hit Rex a little bit, and I was like, whoa. And just like me hopping forward to get my balance back is the little bit ahead that I got to Rex.
Death. What are you doing?
Looking over at Tweedledee and Tweedledum from Organo's security. Get your act together, restrain the shooters. You, focus on evacuating her if she's stable enough. I'll take their fire. And just walk to put myself in a position to give Tweedledee and Tweedledum some line to possibly engage the shooters whilst taking their fire, and then just aiming shots one at a time until I empty the clip.
So roll me that shot against one of the other peons. Okay. They're going to attempt to dodge, but they are going to struggle to do so. Because they're not quite as good. So 16, you're going to hit them.
Okay. Two.
Yeah, so there you see the graze of the bullet across the head. You definitely see damage has been done. Bleeding. Corin, what do you do?
Is there a car waiting for me outside?
There is a car waiting for you at the valet. A very, very nice, convertible. I'm thinking like a modified Mustang GT. Red.
That feels right. Yeah. He hops in the back of the car, and his eye flashes blue again. And if you were to look at what he's seeing from that cybernetic optical piece, you would see the words video download and then a bar ticking up to 100%. And as soon as it hits 100%, he taps his ear and he makes a call. He doesn't wait for the person on the other side to answer or say anything. He just simply says, the test is complete. It was a relative success. However, we need to talk about the combat module a little bit. I think we should make some tweaks. That's all. Make the purchase now. Thank you. He clicks the ear again, and then he folds up his long leather sleeve, looks down at his watch, and he presses a button on his watch as the car begins to speed off.
And what everyone inside will see as the car begins to speed off. Everything just stops. All of the rushing bystanders freeze in place. All of the shooters stop moving. The two security guards who were attempting to provide cover and shoot the other shooters stop moving. The person providing additional first aid stops. Everybody stops moving. Except for that sandy-haired gentleman who was across the hall. He starts walking his way towards the main door. He is the only person moving, reacting. What do the rest of you do?
There's just a yell. Connor!
Adam! How are you?
What did he do?
Roll me persuasion!
I am armed.
Would you like to roll intimidate instead?
No, I'll roll persuasion.
You're pretty sure Connor's armed too. He's put the coat back on.
14. Yeah.
Well, he made a purchase, I believe. He did leave you a present, and I believe he was saying he was going to leave you a voicemail.
I rush over to the target.
Mm-hmm.
Does she seem cyberized as all?
Oh, she's not breathing. There's no motion. There's also no more blood flow. There's no lung action. Everything's stopped. In the same manner as all of everybody else in this entire building. Or at least on the casino floor.
Connor.
Adam.
Tell Korn this, and then I strongly suggest you find the darkest corner of the galaxy that you can crawl into for a little while. Let him know that we don't lie to family.
Have you shown that he has? Is all he says as he picks up the drink that was still waiting for him, salutes you, carrying the glass, and saunters out the door.
You know best about lies of omission. Or do you forget our old mutual friend who's no longer with us?
Check your messages, Adam.
He'd be disappointed in you, Connor.
He frequently was, but I'd never subscribed to his outdated rules of living written by some 17th century or some 13th century Frenchman. Sorry, I had to get the quote right.
He's got Duncan on ice, you know.
Like I said, check your messages. And he walks out through the valet. What do the other two of you do while this verbal altercation is happening?
I think there's a moment, like, I'm over Lorian's body, who I'm guessing has stopped bleeding.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's stopped bleeding. There doesn't seem to be any, like, brain matter.
Mm-hmm. In my time as like in the military as well as in spycraft, like, what level of technology is this? Like, what? Yeah, I guess. What am I looking at? I also have expertise in archaic weapons, but I don't know if it's archaic or not.
This is not an archaic weapon. That would not help you in this. This would either be one of the tech skills, specifically. You could go with either basic repair, or basic
Jury
repair
rig?
or jury rig would give you information in this one.
Okay. I'll go with that. 17.
This is really, really advanced. You have not seen any of this ever before.
And are these
the closest you can come is the level, like, this is really high end. These are passing for human androids. Like, except for those two that you clocked earlier, you didn't notice any of these. And you rolled, and yes, there was a DC that you could have possibly beaten, but you didn't. You did not. There was no external indication that any of these were anything other than human. And it's not just the shooters or Lorian or Joanna Rem or the security detail. It was all of the servers, all of the staff, all of the dealers, all of the civilians. Everybody in this casino floor has stopped moving. This level of high-tech ability is beyond what you know.
So I think I look up at Calyx and I just say, it looks like we were right to worry. And
you say that as Calyx is stomping away. I hear you, but I'm not like there the entire time.
No. Get up. Notice I get up and I just make my way to the exit. Because this is extraction. Like, we've clearly fallen into a ploy or a test.
Calyx, are you doing anything as you stomp out?
I'm not stomping out. I'm stomping towards, specifically, death. While this entire thing is going down between Death and Connor.
Mhm.
All I'm listening is to this sandy man I've never seen before.
He's
Walking
moderately attractive. It's Christopher Lambert.
out, wearing a long trench coat, very similar to that of this new getup that Death is wearing, and that I saw Corin also wearing. I stomp towards him, and as soon as I get up, I don't even care what part of the conversation they're in. As I get up to him, and I will just shove him, and I will say, "Yeah, Death, check your fucking messages," and I turn to walk out.
Adam.
Walk back to the Baccarat table. Pick up the card.
What does the card say, Corin?
It says, "Keep Duncan safe. You owe me." And it has an address written on it.
Address on planet, by the way. I should specify.
Yeah. However, they write out planetary addresses. It's probably a really long address.
Yeah, but it's not like it's somewhere else in space. It's on this planet, nearby-ish.
Then, just fuming, is going to put that away in the coat, go to the elevator, ignore everyone else, get in the elevator, and is going to go up to the suite where the co-captains are supposed to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Going to knock first, politely.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is no response, I will kick in the door.
Ooh. Well, unfortunately, we'll have to figure out what happens because they're not currently here. They're going to be here in about half an hour, so they're going to wrap up for now. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, everybody in chat, for all of that wonderful fun. Thank you, Don, for being here and playing the wonderful crazy that is Corin and all the fun.
That
That
was entertaining.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to interact with the other characters during all the chaos, but I loved watching and seeing what you all were doing. Thought it was really cool.
It was wonderfully staged chaos. It was wonderfully staged. I mean, they had an invitation to the same poker table. They just never showed up.
I think they made the wise decision.
You know, it was a choice that was made. But we'll go around, let everybody say where you were, who you are, where they can find you, and share some love and something that was really great about today that you're looking forward to. Why don't we start with our wonderful guest who's on my left on the overlay. Don, thank you again for being here. Thank you for doing this with me. I appreciate all of this.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me and for being down for my crazy Android idea.
Yes, this was a lot of fun.
That was you. Of course it was.
Well, it was like I had set it up that there was going to be a test.
Yeah,
and then what the test was.
As soon as she started talking about androids, all I could think about was androids. I loved it, and I really enjoyed getting to role play with Pope, playing Pope's brother. I didn't know that this was the Mecha meets Cyberpunk meets Highlander until earlier today, and as soon as I found that out, I was like, "That's amazing! That's so great." So I enjoyed that, and no, I just had a great time. Thank you for having me. If you want to find me online, you can. If you haven't already, I'm at Donathan Fry on Twitter. Sometimes I tweet, not too often, but it has links on my account. If you want to see some of the other things I do, I write games, I run games. It's pretty much my life, and it's a good time.
It is a good time. Feel free to drop any of your links in chat, all that good stuff. And then directly below is Eddie. Hi, Eddie. How we doing? How we feeling? Share some love.
Oh man. Well, beautiful scenes between Pope and Don. That was great. One, just to see the brotherly interactions, and then Prax, of course, coming in with what was the name again? It was Connor.
Yes, Connor.
Yeah,
Connor
yeah. Oh
McLeod.
God. Wow. So it is the Highlander. Oh my God. Uh, uh, and yeah, no, I mean, just also the loved the everything going on with how the team was just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and making sense of it in the moment, taking advantage of the chaos to sadly dole out fake love or fake hate against Lauren Messier.
Who deserves it? I do not deny Lorian Messer is an awful, awful being who
If
deserves
he
it.
was, yeah, if he was the only one that was real, that would have been just cherry on top. Cherry on
No,
top.
unfortunately, he's not here.
I know, but yeah, you can find me on the internet at Pixel Knitter in most places. And yeah, I'm a software engineer by trade, but love telling stories and playing with friends. So you'll see me all over the place on the internet, doing that kind of thing. And don't forget to share the love.
All the love. Share all the love. Does this gonna work? Yes, it does. Haha, I fixed it. And then PB. PB, how are you doing? How are you feeling? All the stuff. Excuse me.
Hi, I'm PB, and I was like, I went through so many notes just trying to like remember who was Guy and who was Core Space, like allegiances here and there, because I'm like, this doesn't make sense. He wouldn't do this. I'm just like, this either has to be mind control, but he doesn't look distressed. He didn't sound distressed. I was like, something weird is happening here, and I just don't know what it is. So it totally makes sense here at the end. And that was absolutely delightful to see somebody matching Death's energy. Because for, so far Death has been like the outlier of the group for a while, because of the shift in tone that his character has taken. And I'm so excited to finally see Death act against, the person that that was there when Death was made, right? So I was very excited to see that, and very excited to see someone come in and play Corin, because that was amazing. Also, all the shenanigans that just Rexon and I went through, because that was hilarious. when Death said a Tweedledee Tweedledum to the other guys,
Yeah.
I was 100% sure he was talking about.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering if it was referring to us or the guards. I was like,
I was like, this could go either way. It's totally justified either way. But I'm PB at PB Plays Inside. You can find me over on Twitch playing games, mostly Destiny 2, over on PB Plays Inside. You can also follow me on pretty much any social media at that name also, but I'm mostly on Twitter. So if you ever want to get into contact with me, that's the way to do it. And I am just ecstatic at the turn this today went.
And then last but certainly never least, hi Pope, how are you? How you feeling?
First business, then the rest. Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope Worldbill on Twitter, Pope Worldbill on Twitch. You're lurking on your streams if you want to see more of my ridiculous face. Now that I'm recovering, you'll see a lot more of it throughout the interwebs. Coming up tomorrow over on Balrog 1911, we'll be back with some Castle Punk in Brinkwood, Blood of Tyrants. Something good bit different than this, where beginning industrial coming out of a medieval Renaissance society, vampires are the blood-sucking capitalists at the top, and we play humans trying to overthrow them. It is a fantastic cast. All the money that we receive is going to raise money for cancer research. So we'd love to have you. That is at 2 p.m. Eastern, Balrog 1911. And Then on Mondays over on Laugh Love Lindy at 8 p.m., we are back with Innistrad Fang and Shadow. If you like your D&D and your MTG and want to mash them up together, that's what we do. It is a wonderful time, a fantastic community, and only one cast member knows any Magic the Gathering lore. And you get to see her go slowly mad as everything just happens to the group and no one else is reacting. So if you want to see someone's slow slide into madness, real and imaginary, come on by. And then Wednesdays, come see myself and Lynn over on Follow Black Cats as we continue on with the spy game Hex Crawl. Well, as bad as things could have gone, they didn't. So surprising. Hats off to Noir for restraining the pure gremlin energy he brings to everything he does and having a quiet op. I bask in his glory, and come see us as we try to extract ourselves from what was a quiet op. I have a feeling it's going to get loud. So please come and join us. That is also at 2 p.m. Eastern. This time follow Black Cats. Also, please go and follow Lynn at Gremlin Art. An amazing artist and amazing role player. You get to see her in a bunch of different projects going on right now. So definitely fill your summer if you've got the time with her shenanigans, her artwork, her gunpla construction. It's all a great time. And now to this. So I love seeing like lightning out of her element. Rex Leo with the big swinger spy energy was delightful. We like your vibe. Because I could see both of them doing that to someone. That needs to happen before the season is over.
That was a full scene in one of our movies.
Put a finger on that for later. No, we're going to retrieve that finger and disinfect it. And but yeah, no, that was amazing. And Dawn, I kind of have to combo this with Prax. There is but one phrase I reserve, and it comes from the depth of my heart. It is possibly the highest praise I can ever give anyone. I love you. I hate you. Love you, hate you both. For the delightful pain and agony and suffering and carpet pulling that happened today definitely took me by surprise. I knew something was up. I just couldn't put my finger on it the entire time. And then when the reveal happened, I went, damn it. And it immaculately well done. Also for those of you who are tuning in here and for some strange reason don't know Dawn's work, go look up a few things. I would suggest May Black Roses Bloom, which I know is still on YouTube. Definitely catch After the Fire. That show has been going for 3 years. And its finale will be happening soon. That's on Thursdays over at Follow Black Cats. I believe that's the 16th. And absolutely amazing story of Sun and Fire. And also, yeah, follow Don's Patreon because he's amazing at what he does and you should experience it. So go follow that Patreon. And Prax, yet again, you hurt me in the best ways. Thank you so much for this. It has made all the grasping, climbing, scheming of just trying to be vertical today more than worth it. And I'm so glad to have been able to experience this with all of you. And thank you all so much for being here. We're live VOD YouTube stories, nothing without an audience. You're much part of this as we are. Thank you all so very much. take care of one another, take care of yourselves, and remember, there's still a pandemic going on, so be safe.
Yes, everyone, be safe. And I am your friendly neighborhood Prax, at Deirdre on Twitter, or Praxagorath as me before you see me around here on Twitch. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone who watches on YouTube. I see every one of your comments, and I see everyone who comes and hangs out. Thank you again, Don, for being here and helping me have all of the wonderful fun with my players, in the best possible way. Thank you to all of my players for being here every week. I really, really appreciate it. As for me, well, I'll be back in about 20 minutes with Corporate Raiders, which is the other half of our Mekton crew, our other Mekton crew, who are also, by the way, in the same hotel, who might have some
Lovely
things to deal with in this fallout of this issues of these things. And then, back on Sunday for Witcher Roads Home. If you have not caught up on that, everything will be up on YouTube by the end of tomorrow so that you can catch up on all of that. I'm just going to say the drama there is going to be really entertaining because somebody decided when he had sepsis to run full out and may be currently in a septic shock coma. And yes, there's a person, like, we love Trooper. He does wonderful things. Trooper is in a coma. It's fine. Everybody else is, and you know, they're in a house that possibly wants to do everything it can to make them happy and feed them everything that they want. It's great. They're not freaked out at all. Then next week we'll be back with on sometime during the week. I'll probably do another video game stream. Lots of fun, lots of fun times there. On Saturday, the next Saturday is, well, this Saturday would have been a Corporate Raiders, but we have both of you. So next Saturday is actually going to be the season finale for, well, no, it won't. We're going to have an extra, there'll be one extra episode for Starblade Battalion, just because of the way things have broken down. So next week is the penultimate episode of Starblade Battalion. Haha, there we go. But other than that, check my Twitter because I always post where I'm going to be and all the fun, wonderful, fabulous people that I get to hang out with. Like all of the people here, Lynn, all the people in chat. I see all of you. Thank you. And until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.